Why would you set me up for success and take a check from me, but not take the same information that you're getting and go use it to make money? I want you to make money. The more money you make, the less stress on me. I don't not want you to make money. I put you in a position. Go make money. Stop being cautious.
This episode is brought to you by our partner in crime, Organifi. Organifi is an organic superfood supplement line that makes quality, trusted nutrition convenient and accessible. Their most popular product, Green Juice, can supercharge your life, restore that glow, and help you feel decades younger in just 30 seconds per day without having to worry about shopping for ingredients, mixing and blending them, and then cleaning up afterwards. All ingredients are USDA organic, vegan-friendly, and made without GMO ingredients, gluten, or soy. Where else can you get superfoods like chlorella, moringa, spirulina, wheatgrass, ashwagandha, and turmeric, just to name a few? So make sure you guys check it out at www.organifi.com/success. That's ORGANIFI.com/success. And now to today's show.
I wake up every single day. I am who I say I am. And I get what I get because I live in beast mode. Stop being gazelles. You're not average. You're not even good. You were born to be great.
What is going on, world? Welcome to another edition of the Secret to Success podcast. I'm your host, CJ, joined as always by
the Bayesian Sensation.
The Bayesian Sensation is not with us. Shout out to Carl. But I do have West Side of Detroit.
West Side of Detroit.
Dr. Douglas, what's happening?
Bless
How you
man.
feeling?
We got Tiff in the building. I'm so geeked.
Yeah.
Listen
They
to
see
me.
it.
I'm tired of females calling me or texting me or emailing me about when are the females gonna be on.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, well, first of all, we are like, for real, I'm not about to just do nothing to be doing it to please y'all. First, got to be organic. So I'm not about to just
careful.
sit here.
This is off to a rough start.
Yeah, I'm not about to just, you know what I'm saying? So the fact that Tiff is here is an answer to that prayer. If you are a lady and you listen and you don't get nothing from this one, don't call me again talk about having no females on. So I'm geeked to have Tiff on. I know she's going to put up 30, 40 points.
Yeah.
So I'm just going to sit back and listen tonight.
Also, Jamal King, Dr. King is in the building.
What's up,
What's
bro?
going on? If we look like we broadcasting from somewhere else, obviously we are. We are here in sunny Miami, Florida. We have 1%. Y'all will be hearing this next week, so we a little early, but we down here for 1%. We figured since we were all together, we'll make it shake. For those of you who don't know, you should know, because she's been rolling with us for a minute now. We also have Miss Montgomery in the building.
Miss Montgomery.
Tiffany Montgomery is here joining us today.
Let's go.
So, we are excited to have her. And I'm excited to be back on the podcast. We haven't been on it. We had pre-recorded the last one, so we hadn't talked since we hit Cabo and everybody's New Year and all of that. So
Cabo
New Year seems like New Year seems like it was a year ago. But Marl and I did catch the flu coming back.
Was that the flu? Is that what we
Y'all don't
call
know what it was.
Was it the flu?
They don't
I
know
don't
what
know
it
Because
was.
somebody told me the
24 hours?
curse of Montezuma.
Okay.
Oh, what's that?
I don't
That's
know.
where you. All right. So when we first checked in, I'm gonna say this real quick.
Yeah.
When we first checked in, my man, he did carry our luggage in the room, right?
Yeah.
And then when he brought the luggage in the room, he didn't say nothing. He was just like, "Oh, okay, hey, cool,
Yeah.
hey guys." And then all of a sudden, when I pulled out a $20 bill to tip him, my man was like, "Oh, thank you."
Oh, you can just take it to her. It's
Hey,
fine.
amigo, don't brush your teeth with the water from the sink.
Wow.
So he gave me a little tip.
Oh, yeah.
Once I gave him a tip. But before that, bro,
He didn't tell you.
He didn't say nothing.
Okay, now, big time, I don't know if y'all just caught it on camera, but that was actually Tiff's
Oh, no doubt.
people.
That's
We
what I
don't have
said. I
nobody.
said,
We
look,
don't have nobody helping us. So that's Tiff's people.
That's my friend. They
That's
ain't
Tiff.
right here with me.
She helping her.
Hey, listen.
We don't have that.
But what I do have, though, I do have a Voss. I don't know what it is about the Voss water that will have you feeling very stately, but me and Mar got some Voss waters. And so what I usually do with my Voss, Camille, is I just drink it, and then, I put tap in that joint for the next 6 weeks and just make it look like I'm balling. You know what I'm saying? So anyway, we back, man. So Mar, you feeling all right? You good now?
Oh yeah, I'm good.
Everybody drinking vitamin C? Y'all,
Yeah.
y'all ready for the event tomorrow? This is a hat, by the way. I'll let y'all get y'all nutrients in.
We good.
No, shake it up. You gotta shake it out. There you go. Paul look like he drinking mimosas over there. So anyway, so we back. I got sick, but I had said on this podcast maybe 6 months ago. You remember what I said? I said when you get to be over 35, a little stomach bug ain't the worst thing for you. Cause it's like a free workout program.
Questions asked.
You know what I'm saying?
You
Like
about 3 to 5.
At least.
Bruh,
No question.
3 to 5 and coming off of Mexico, where I'm over there eating like that, I had probably gained 3 to 5.
Right, so it took it off on the way
10.
back. No question.
I was a new man when I came back. So
I knew
anyway,
something was wrong though, because I had hit you twice.
Yeah.
You know me, I hit you once. You ain't say nothing for about 8 hours. So I was like, all right, he was working all day. So I hit him again,
working. Yeah,
and you didn't
working.
respond. And I was like, whoa. And I just said in my spirit, whoa. And then Candace hit me. Your boy down with the bug.
Out for the count.
He out. Maul she started listening.
Man.
Maul had it. Trey had it. I was like, whoa, I hope that joke don't go through the phone.
Everybody.
Like she calling names out. So
no,
good to have y'all
everybody.
back 100%.
It
man.
was like the flag, man. We was sitting up, me and C was on the phone, and we was talking about everybody else that got sick.
Yeah.
You know, my daughter got sick on the plane.
Yeah.
His brother got sick before we left Mexico.
me and Maul on the phone like,
We on the
dang,
phone
that's
just-
crazy.
Right, bigging up each other like, man, bro, you know, we
right.
Organifi, we straight.
we got, we good.
Alpha male.
And then
Bro, I promise
the
you.
alpha boy.
I hit C up
promise.
like early in the morning. And I was like, man, bro, I'm out for the count. It got me.
and man.
then C hit a message right back.
Bro, I'm talking about right, but I was like, bro, I'm done. I'm
like a
done.
light.
Yeah, we both got hit. So anyway, you know, couple days, you know what I'm saying? I got it out of me and we back. So all is well that ends well. But I do want to say this. I had the scariest moment of my life. You know, we share everything on this podcast, Tiff. I literally had, and this ain't, I'm not joking. I know I joke a lot on the podcast, but I had the scariest moment of my life. So we're packing to go to Cabo, right? And I'm in the like TV room with Trey, we hanging, and then Candace and Avery are in the kitchen. And all of a sudden, I hear Candace just start screaming. And she like, Avery, what's wrong? So I'm like, what? I'm like, hop over the couch, boom, I get in the kitchen and my baby girl is like grabbing her throat. And she like trying to talk, but she can't talk. And she's like, and Candace is like, what did you swallow? Did you swallow some money? Because Candace had seen her with some change in her hand. And she started nodding her head, like, can't breathe. And I'm like freaking out. So, you know, the high D, I don't have no time to like call nobody, nothing.
No question.
I just stuck my finger down her throat trying to see if I could just scoop it out. So I stuck my finger down her throat and I could feel the coin, but I couldn't get it out. So like, imagine like her throat is like this and I felt like the bottom of the coin, but I couldn't stick 2 fingers in enough to get it out.
Scary.
But I think when I did that, I don't know if it slid down a little further, but all of a sudden she started breathing like, and I was like, you know me, boom, put her straight in the car, emergency room, let's go. So she like breathing, but she like, my neck hurts, and she like kind of like raspy with her voice or whatever. You know, Candace like trying to call, you know, my aunt who's, you know, P's ICU nurse, all that. I'm like, look, I don't care what nobody say, we going to the joint. So I tell Candace, you know, we moved out there, we ain't been to the hospital, and I'm like, where's the closest hospital? So she gives me directions, but she gives me the directions to the urgent care. So I get to the urgent care, mind you, I know she got a quarter in her throat, because Candace was like, she had a quarter. So I'm thinking at any moment, the quarter gonna flip, or she gonna start coughing and it's gonna come up and like go back down her windpipe. I'm freaking out. I'm talking about in the truck, 100 miles an hour, Trey got like pajamas on, we flying out. So boom, we pull up, we get to the urgent care. I said, babe, tell me this is not the urgent care. She goes, it's the urgent care. So I said, all right. But she said, I said, go, I'll drop you off at the door, run in and ask them, do y'all deal with this? So we get there, urgent care. So the lady like, oh yeah, for sure. Mind you, I'm looking at Avery and she still looked like she in some discomfort. So Candace is saying, it probably went down to her stomach by now, like, and then you just gotta pass it through, right? And so I'm like, nah, I don't feel like that. Like something don't look right. If it was in her stomach, she would
wouldn't
look,
be.
Yeah, she still was kind of like, and then she's drooling now. So she's just drooling like crazy. So she won't swallow. You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, if you don't want to swallow,
It's because
something's in your throat.
Yeah.
So she just like, I'm talking about like, we got like a tissue. So anyway, they're like, yeah, this is where we deal with it. So I'm like, bet. We go in there, sit there. Of course, we waiting on the number to be called. And I'm like, okay, at least there's some doctors here, right? Like, thank God, even though I would be much more comfortable at the hospital. So we go in to get her little blood pressure and everything. We go in all her blood pressure and her vitals are straight. She's still breathing. She good. And the lady working, now again, the difference between masters and novice.
Unbelievable.
The lady working is like, oh yeah, let me go get her a popsicle. I said, I don't think she gonna eat no popsicle. Avery like, I don't want no popsicle. She gave her the popsicle anyway, and Avery like licked it, and I'm like, should she be having a popsicle? She like, oh yeah, it's probably in her stomach. So it's just whatever, just help her feel better. I was like, all right, this is weird. So then we go take her to get the x-rays. As soon as they get the x-rays, they run from the back. Y'all need to go to the emergency room now. The quarter's still in her throat. I'm like, so now I'm back in the car.
Unbelievable.
Stabbing out down the freeway, because they like, it's still right there. You need to go to the emergency room. We already called the emergency room. They know y'all coming. They know everything. So then we get to the emergency room, and they come in, and they like, all right, cool. We got to put her, basically, we admitted her to a room. They got my baby in a little gown, everything. But now I'm like, okay, we good. I got surgeons here. This is like the hospital, the Children's Hospital in Atlanta. So we sitting in there, they like, come in and talk to us. Well, long story short, she had eaten at like 4:00. We had just ate right before she ate the quarter. So they were like, we can't do it tonight. We're gonna have to do it tomorrow. I'm like, yo, my daughter has a quarter in her throat. Take it out. But they had to put her under, like for a surgery, like kind of like, so you can't eat, because he was like, bro, I'm gonna be real with you. I know you want it out, but right now I can see where it's at. It's actually down in her food pipe now, I think. So her airways were actually fine. So it was either gonna go all the way down or it was just gonna stay right there, but regardless, it's fine. So I'm like, man, all right. So they're gonna do the, 10:30 in the morning, they're gonna do the procedure, whatever. So I'm, of course, I take Trey back to my brother's house, and then I just get my clothes, come back. We sleep at the hospital, get up in the morning, and, sure enough, boom, they like, yo, we come, they take her down. Now, here's what a sad, listen, man, you talk about the disc and you talk about the difference between kids and all of that. My daughter is a savage. First of all, my son would have had a heart, he would have died from shock.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
She got a quarter heart
happened to the
throat.
right one.
Oh, yeah, for sure. So it's crazy, they come down. Now, she know what's going on, right? So they come down, they like, look, we're gonna wheel her down to the operating room or the waiting room next to the operating room. And what we're gonna do is we're gonna pause there for about 10 minutes. We'll get the anesthesiologist come in and talk to y'all, whatever, boom. They put my baby girl on the stretcher. Me and Candace walking next to her. It's like a mile walk. You know how the long walk, if you ever had surgery, you gotta wheel all the way down.
Green mile.
Yeah, exactly. So we get all the way down there, we go to the holding room. And we sitting in the holding room, the anesthesiologist come in. Look, here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna give her some medicine. It's gonna start to make her sleepy. She's gonna go to sleep. We're gonna insert the tube. Doctor's gonna come in, boom, we're gonna plug it out. You know what I'm saying? She's gonna be asleep for a while. She'll get back up, da. So Avery's sitting there watching the whole thing, like listening to them talk. She ain't got no fear in her heart. So I'm looking like, okay, cool. And then the anesthesiologist is like, all right, cool, we about to make this happen. Now, here's what we do, because most kids have separation anxiety when it's time, because y'all can't come back to the operating room. Y'all got to stay here. Here's what they do most times. She said anybody under 13, 14, she was like, man, even sometimes 17, 18-year-olds, we give them a little extra medicine just to bring them down. You know what I'm saying? Because when we get ready to take them out of here, a lot of kids flip out the whole nine. You want us to get that to Avery? I was looking at Avery. I'm like, I looked at Candace. We was like, nah.
She good.
She good. The lady like, no, I'm trying to tell you, I know now she's sitting here, and once we get ready to wheel her out, that's when I'm like, nah, we good. They came, was like, all right. They came like, you ready? She was like, yep. She was like, you want to give mommy and daddy a hug and kiss? She was like, yep. She was like, love y'all. Boom, went back there, put her out, took the quarter out. I promise you, about 15 minutes later, they wheeled her back up to the room.
Go.
She kind of was a little dizzy, woke up, was like, I'm hungry and I'm ready to go. I'm talking about not one tear, not nothing throughout the whole thing. And the nurse came up and was like, I've never actually seen the kid just, muscle through. She wasn't like, I'm talking about after they took her from us, they wheeling my baby. I'm watching her roll down the hall, my whole heart in my stomach. And
she chilling.
But man, all is well. So Tiff, I know you didn't see it. I know that the other fellas seen it.
When I saw it, bro.
Oh yeah. I think he texted me something. He had texted me something. So here's the X-ray.
Bro, I couldn't.
Oh, that's insane.
That is nuts, right? And we'll put a picture on the.
Crazy.
Yeah, maybe we can we show this Jose
that'd
to
be a
the camera?
Yeah.
Crazy. I don't know if you want to, we just show it to the camera and we'll put it on the S2S Instagram page as well. But that is my daughter's actual x-ray, as you can see, with the quarter in my baby girl throat.
I bet she won't swallow another one.
Listen.
Well, I don't know.
Oh, no. She good? Now, she was not feeling that. And let me tell you something. She do not be happy if you tell anybody the story. I told I told somebody the story the other day. She grabbed my shirt, was like, hey, don't tell nobody else. I was like,
Pure D style.
Oh, yeah. She was like, yo, don't. She like, it's not entertaining.
It's
like,
not right.
So now you know you can't
out.
let her know that you talked about it on the podcast.
Oh, yeah, no. She'll see it when she get grown. I'm like, dog, it was, I'm talking about a minute of sheer terror.
Yeah, no, when I got it, I was
bruh.
freaking out. I was like, whoa.
Oh yeah,
she's straight? I was like, wow.
Yeah, no, it was insane. I was like, we were packing, but I was like on my way. We had some of the Solar guys in for the Hawks game. I was like on my way to the Hawks game, just chilling.
I was just tripping because I was like, yo, God is so good.
Man.
Because if that would have happened the day after, it would have messed the whole trip up.
Yep.
Y'all wouldn't have been able to go on the trip. Well, they wouldn't have been able to go on the trip.
Yeah.
And I was like, it would have messed everything up. So the fact that it happened, but God let it happen the day before and get everything resolved so that the day of the trip is just like, let's roll. Like, that was unbelievable.
Let me tell you something. You got moments in life, like, and I always have them, but like, where you understand like real perspective. Yeah. When I was looking at my daughter and she couldn't breathe and she was grabbing her neck like this, and I'm sitting in the house knowing I don't really know those, like, I was looking at her like, I don't even think I could do it. I don't even know how to do the Heimlich on somebody that little.
Yeah,
she
we
3.
We got to get trained.
So for real. No, I told,
no, for real. We need to get
also,
CPR
man,
training the whole nine.
Shout out.
You already know it as a cop.
Shout out to, man, Dr. Toyin, one of our you know Dr. Toyin, from Hawaii. Yeah.
Okay.
So I had hit him up from the emergency room. Well, let me tell you something. I praise God for the network. So by the time I was in the first hospital, I had Dr. Toyin, who's a pediatrician. He called his homie, who's a surgeon, like a pediatric surgeon. My good friend Wood, you know Wood, is an anesthesiologist. And I had my Aunt Sal on the phone, and who was a peds ICU nurse, and we had Moni on the phone, who was a radiologist.
Lord have mercy.
Bro, I had a whole dream team. Bro, no, because I don't be.
Your
I don't
network is.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, your network. Yeah.
Oh yeah, no question.
Crazy.
No. I'm talking about all on the phone. Like, okay, cool. And shout out to Dr. Toyin and them, man. They called me like he hit me right away, and we were just in the waiting room waiting to go back there. And his homie, who's a pediatric surgeon, was like, "Yo, I took 2 quarters out of a little boy throat like 2 days ago." He's like, "Here's exactly what they're gonna do. You know, you good. Like, this is routine. I know it seems scary, but the worst part is over." They made me feel so much better. So I want to give a big shout out to them, man. But I still, like, I got chills talking about it right now, man. But again, you just
Life
realize.
is so, and I'm saying, 1 minute because of a little success, people say you humble. I'm not humble. I realize you feel like super under control 1 minute. You done made a little money.
Yeah.
You done went on a trip. And another experience you see where your daughter's life could be gone, and there ain't nothing you could do about it. You know what I'm saying? There ain't nothing you could do about it.
No,
and it's
bruh.
like, that's why when people say, is there a God? I'm like, bro, you gotta know there's a God, bro.
This happened a while ago. I've been on Avery like white on rice.
Yeah.
I'm talking about she like, "Daddy, leave me alone." I'm like, "Get over here and cuddle with your dad." I just been holding her like, bruh, man. So thank you, God. I just wanted to, you know what I'm saying? Of course, again, we share everything on the podcast, so I wanted to bring that. We got Tiff here. And man, so it's a good time to talk about some things, man. You know, some things that I think she may be able to shed some light on. But he hit me the other day, and y'all, we'll have Tiff back on. So we're not gonna do the whole autobiography thing on this particular podcast. We'll have Tiff back on, and y'all go follow Tiff anyway. We'll give you all of her information. So
go to Periscope. Is that such a thing? I don't even know how to tell people where to go.
It's still Periscope.
Do you put Periscope.com? You know what I'm saying?
And we'll get, you know, I'm
killing
sure,
it on the scope.
Again, we will get like the whole story out at some point. But he texted me early in the week and was kind of, I think, a little frustrated maybe.
You know,
would you call it frustrated? What would you call it?
I wouldn't call it frustrated. So let me give you the backdrop to this.
Okay.
So I'm put the bucket out, right?
Oh, we need an insurance bucket.
So
I'm gonna let you use my vault.
Use the vault.
You just throw this in here.
So I called C-Mall, like, for real, bro. Like, I want to use the right term, like, not necessarily like frustrated like in a negative way, but I got cats that I grew up with that's like great human beings. I'm talking about you can leave your leave them at the house with your wife and your kids, they're gonna take care of them as well as you take care of them. But, you know, cats calling me like, E, you got a job for me, you got opportunity for me. And it hurt me, Maul, because I know some very talented dudes who still ain't where they need to be financially. And I call C just hurt, like, yo, bruh, like you calling me, like not in a bad way. I'm your man 50 grand. Like, yo, bruh, you done got me out, like, bruh, don't get it twisted. But you are relying on me when you are, as the kids say, a full man, like you full grown man or whatever you know what I'm saying? So I call C like, yo, bruh, this making money thing would be way easier if I was from a different culture because it's like you got money and everybody got money. You feel me? Whether you Jewish community, Caucasian, whatever. And I'm just like, yo, C, it's tough. It's tough being a bruh with money, bruh. Like, it's hard.
Hey, I'm over here.
I'm just being real. No, I'm just saying it's tough. And so what I was saying to C was, like, yo, we got to do a podcast. Yeah. Like, I ain't on no bashing nobody. But I'm like, yo, we got to do a podcast where we can legitimately, the dudes that's listening, young ladies that's listening, could legitimately get the tools that they need. And I'm going to tell you who I thought about. I thought about Dwight Howard, who was through. And Dwight Howard ended up getting on the same team with LeBron James and made some different type of decisions and has put himself in a position. I'm just going to be real. I don't know what it's called. Maybe non-guaranteed might be the term that they use. But when he came on the Lakers, he had a non-guaranteed contract, which means, bro, we ain't got to pay you a dime. But they said a couple days ago with him being with Bron and like, yo, I got to handle my business. You know what I'm saying? Like he with Bron and, is it AD?
Yeah.
And AD, and he handled his business to the point where he just got a guaranteed contract. And I was like, yo, I want to holler at my boys and give them some steps.
I think it was also a level of humility that had
no
to come.
question.
Okay.
No question. But I'm saying, I know where he was up here and fell.
Yeah.
A lot of the dudes that I'm talking to ain't been up there. They ain't been up there.
No.
And listen to me, I can't say no names. I can't say no names, but y'all gonna know who I'm talking to.
It make our podcast.
I can't say the name.
It make our podcast.
But let me say this.
People go look them up on Instagram.
Let me say this, Maul. You know one individual, I have never seen a person this creative and talented before, ever. Like I ain't never seen a bruh in your arena, what you do for a living. I've never seen a man who can come in and look at something and then create something. Yeah. And I'm like, yo, bro, you got something I don't got. But how is it that you have that and you still are living from check to check? Like you way too talented for that. So I was talking to C, and I don't know frustration like, you know, like I'm mad.
I think it happened back to back though, because you got a call.
Oh, it was multiple. I had like one call like every day. And I just was telling the D, I was like, yo, D, you know me. Some people call me from the university. I cashed the kids out. Like they was like, I got 3 points. I had 4 kids. And then I didn't even tell C about that. But then I was mad because the dude at the school, who the director, he calling me for bread. I'm like, you work at the doggone university. You've been at the university for 30 years. You can't help these kids financially? Like, you calling me. This person got a 3.7. I'm like, how much they need? $6,000. I'm like, go. This person, another kid called. What they need? $2,000. Gave him the 2. Called me 2 weeks later. Like, they won't give me my class. I was like, what happened? I paid. Well, they saying that was 70%. Now I need the other 30%. How much is that? 4,000, whatever. All right, he'll go to 4,000. You feel me? And I'm like back to back. And I'm not tripping. Like, it could be me asking. Like, God knows. I'm not tripping. But I was just like, yo, why are our people we ain't in slavery no more. Like we ain't nobody got no whips and chains on us no more. You can go to the YouTube and learn anything you want to. You can go to YouTube, bruh, and put in how to make money. You can put whatever you want on YouTube. And I just was frustrated because I was like, God, these are your people. These ain't people smoking dope, hurting people, sex trafficking. These ain't bad people. He know them. Great character. Yeah. But at the same spot this year that they were 3 years ago. And I called I want help. Like I want to do, like, see, help me. I want to do a podcast that they can listen to and go, okay, step 1, step 2, because I'll be real. As I got all these calls, I'm just being real, Maul. I was froze for a minute. Like I wasn't in I ain't know how I see. So I wasn't in I'm going to tell you zone. I was more in my eye like, man, I feel as a shepherd. I feel bad because we live in the land of wealth. Yeah. and you not taking advantage of it.
Yeah.
And then for a couple of them, they got kids. And I'm like, yo, it's one thing when you single and you don't want to get that grind. I feel you. You ain't trying to go to that next level. You gonna settle. I ain't mad at you. But when you got kids, bruh, you can't have your kids, and no disrespect, but my kids don't work for nobody. Bottom line. I remember my son first graduated, and he was like, Dad, I want to go work for this sports agency. I was like, Negro, please. Right. You think I had you and put you through school? You think I paid cash for you to go to school so you can go get his talent to another man? Bro, you lost your mind. Like, you gonna build our family legacy. Yeah, and it was crazy. My daughter the other day, she did the disc assessment for QDZ wife. And QDZ wife was like, yo, I love your daughter. And I sent it to my daughter like, yo, I'm proud of you. She's like, proud of me. She's like, yo, I do this for the family's name. Our name gonna last forever. And I'm like, that's what I'm talking about. Like, let's go. Like, have that mentality of, let's go get it. So she didn't see it as a diss. So when my boys called, I was like, yo, I knew you was gonna be on and you've been heavy on this and people have been loving it. The, what do you call it? Was it middle class mentality or something that we did a couple, I don't know when we did blue collar. Yeah. And a lot of people have been responding to it, hit me up, geek. Like, yo, Ma really helping us, to think through this thing. So I just wanted to bring it to the table, like, what does it take? Like, the 7 ways not to be a taker, but to be a giver. Like, how do you get, like, here? Yeah. How do you know what I'm saying? Tiff here. Yeah. So I want you to really talk about Tiff, like.
But I never had the mindset of taking. So a lot of people look at me and they say, well, you got money now. Yeah. So, and I was like, but I was this person when I was poor. Right. Because I didn't always have money. Right. When I sat in the WIC office, getting food stamps from my daughter.
Yeah, tell us what WIC is now. Yeah, tell us what WIC is.
I don't know what it stands for, but that's what they get.
Children.
Okay, I was getting free. I was only with my girl. I was getting free
exactly
milk.
What it is.
They give you the coupon for the free milk.
Oh yeah, I know. Oh yeah.
Infant milk is expensive.
Yes, indeed.
Similac is expensive. And I remember sitting there. I'll never forget the second I was sitting there. I was sitting there waiting for them to call my name, and I was sitting next to these women that needed them. And I looked around and I didn't have any money, and I said, I'm not supposed to be here. I don't belong here. I'm not one of them. And I wasn't looking beneath them at all. But I was like, I don't belong here. And I got up before they called my name and I walked out. And I had no money. So when you say, how do you go from taker to like, how do you go from that position? I think it starts in your mind just saying, I'm not one of these people. I'm not this. Right. And I think what's so crazy, I was just talking to somebody and I said, here's the thing. I said, when you spend your life giving to somebody, like I know somebody in their 30s right now, right? And somebody is always taking care of them. And you think that's a privilege. You're like, man, I wish somebody would take care of me. But you don't realize you put that person at a disadvantage that they now can't ever take care of themselves. So then when they're like trying to figure out how to do life and how to work out life and they can't grasp it, it's because they have lived their life with somebody always taking care of them and they're handicapped.
So two. So the first one is you didn't.
In your mind, while you're poor.
Yeah.
I didn't have money to buy milk. I didn't have money to buy Similac. I had to go borrow money to, I don't even know how much money milk is. With $10, I had no money.
Yeah, but you better than this.
I was a teen mom and I was like, I don't belong here. In my mind, I always thought I was gonna be a millionaire. I didn't have it. I didn't have a way to get it in that moment, but I didn't belong here.
And number 2 is don't think it's a privilege to be taken care of.
I think that welfare is a disadvantage. I think that I used it for maybe a 6 months to a year. Yeah. It put me up a little bit, if so to speak. Yeah. But I think I also told myself, if I stay in this system, I'm going to be here for life because I'm going to be stuck here. Yeah. One thing about...
No, say it again. It's a disadvantage.
It was a disadvantage to me.
How is them giving you money to go buy milk a disadvantage?
Because I could never break the wall. They said, you can't pass here. If you make pass here, I'm going to stop helping you. Right. Problem is...
Now you talking, because I know people who be like, hey, I'm going to go ahead and quit my job.
Right, but the problem is, in my mind, I'm up there.
Yeah, but it's a ceiling.
But it's a ceiling. So if you make past here, I'm gonna cut you off. Not only that, if you make past here and I do cut you off, your job is not gonna be able to sustain you. I'm a college dropout. I graduated high school with a 1.7 GPA. All you're gonna pay me is $9.99 an hour anyway.
Well, Taco Bell, I think, going up to $100 grand. Taco Bell about to go up to $100K.
That's all you're gonna make. That's all I'm gonna make anyway. $9.99 an hour. Right. So if I need to keep working the job, I'm only gonna make $9.99. Yeah. But if I quit the job, y'all gonna take care of me. Either way, it don't land me up here.
Yeah.
So it started with my mind. I don't belong here.
Yeah.
That's how
I know somebody right now who I've given an opportunity and they've been funny taking it and they honestly told me the truth is, I love what you're doing for me, but I'm on welfare.
That's insane.
You feel me? And it's
Insane.
but no, I get it. The idea is like, yo, E, I feel you. I'm grateful, but I'm on welfare, and they won't allow me to.
That's crazy.
And I don't think on my own, because that's what you saying.
Yeah.
You saying you don't think on your own that you're able to do for yourself better than welfare.
But what you just say, we not slaves no more.
Well,
that's what. But they're in shackles.
Yeah.
They saying,
Blew
I
my
can't.
mind.
Master not gonna let me
Yeah.
take your money.
Yeah.
Master not gonna let me.
Yeah.
Forget the fact that you're the number one motivational speaker of the world. Forget the fact that you come with the Black Godfather. Forget the fact about the network.
The Black God.
The Black Godfather.
I know who it is.
Forget.
Hey, he do too.
Forget the
Yeah.
network.
Yeah.
Master told me I can't go with you and be
Yeah,
free.
yeah.
That's all they saying.
Yeah.
How insane that you
Yeah,
with the top person in their field in this generation, and you saying Master
And I
said,
know what they are, and I told them as a high you have what I have.
But you see,
literally.
it started with the brain.
Yeah.
It started with
it's
the mind.
easier for them to just go to you, man, and just say, give it to me.
Yeah.
That's just easier.
Oh, no question.
It's just straight up. Because if I have to step out there on my own,
Yeah.
I might not get it.
Yeah.
Right? It's 50-50. But you got it. Matter of fact, E, I see you all over the TV. I see you on the internet. You got it.
I see you on the radio.
I see you on the gram. I see you on the gram.
I see
You got
on
it.
the gram.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
You
but
do
I
it.
want to show you how to get it because I don't even want you
that's too
coming to
hard,
me
though.
for it.
That's too hard. I'd rather you just
No, I'm
give
not
it
saying
to
in a
me.
bad way.
Yeah, I get it.
I'm saying
Yes.
not in a bad way. I'm saying I don't want you with your wife and kids. I don't want them to have to
Why don't you just
see
give it? Why
that.
don't you just give it to me?
Yeah, but I'm just saying, if I do that, if something happens to me, now we ain't never talked about this, Maul, but we both agree with Jordan. But the one thing Michael Jordan taught me that he never talked about was his father passed.
Yeah.
He never talk. He don't talk about that a lot. But in my mind, Maul, all I could see is if I give Jalen and Jada money and don't teach them how to make
That's
it,
right.
if I die.
That's
I told Jalen, I was like, bro, you got it twisted.
That's right.
I'd love to cash you out. You my child. I said, but what I'm afraid of, if I die prematurely, you don't know how to make your own money, you're going to be stuck.
That's right.
So you think I'm being mean, but you must learn a skill set. That's why I'm doing what I'm doing.
Yep.
I feel I told him, I feel very comfortable with him and his sister. I've given you a skill set. I've given you my network. I'm like, bro, Jalen, Ma letting you stay at the crib. I wouldn't even do that. Well, I'm going to leave that alone, but I wouldn't even do that. I'm like, yo, you need to be at that crib. You need to be at the crib sitting under Ma, learning as much as you can. Your girl need to be learning from Camille as much as she can. So that if something happens to me, you have a skill set, you have a network. I'm like, son, don't do that. Don't say because me and Maul cool that you're cool and my Maul cool. It's not the same cool. It's not the same cool, Jalen. You can't live off my relationship with Jamal. You can't live off my relationship.
Yeah.
You got to go get your own with Maul. And you have a straight path. Your wife has a straight path to Camille. You have a straight path. They let you at their crib. I didn't send you over there just to be a good kid and wash no dishes. Yeah, you do all of that. You do whatever, but you need to get info in case I prematurely die. Your life ain't gonna end when my life ends. Your life will actually begin when mine's end because now you'll be able to be the king you could be that you couldn't be when I was alive.
baton, bro.
Absolutely, bro.
Okay, so then I think the question is, just to go back a little bit, Tiff, you talked about they don't see themselves in a certain light.
Yeah.
Is it, I just wonder how much of it is like human nature.
Yeah.
And how are you socialized into that? Like, think about it. You got people who maybe in the past, I tried a couple of times. I went back to school to try to get, my degree, and I ran out of money, and I failed this class, and then,
I think we
got
are people
behind,
that
you know what
like
I'm
doing
saying?
things because we feel like doing it. I think that's a disadvantage. We're people that I don't feel like doing it. I don't feel like I should. I don't feel like, who cares about your feelings? Like, who cares, right? Like, who cares? Your feelings are always lying to you. Your feelings are always saying, don't wake up. Your feelings are always saying, I don't feel like doing this. When you think about working out, who feels like working out? I haven't gotten that yet. I started power walk
I think
now.
Maul might got it.
I don't really feel. Maul might working out.
Maul might be the only one that got it.
But nobody feels like working out. And I think that even when I started working out, because I work out now, I done 2 weeks, two days a week.
All right, let's
Be
go.
careful. I told
Is
you that.
walking
Don't work
working
too
out?
much.
Not go to the gym.
Okay,
No,
hold on.
2 days a week.
I told Tip, though, be careful with too much working out. You get sick, I want you to have, even the dog want meat on his bowl. I want you to get so, you know what I'm saying?
No, my trainer, I work out now to keep my weight.
Oh, good.
I'm just doing it for endurance.
Okay, good.
That's it.
I'm okay
but I'm
with that.
keeping my weight. I'm not losing weight.
Yeah, okay.
But the thing is, I don't feel feel like going.
Yeah.
And somebody said, well, you're skinny, you don't have to go. And I was like, yeah, I know skinny people with high blood pressure, skinny
right.
people with high cholesterol, skinny people with high heart disease, skinny people need to work out. At least, like, your body has to work out. Do I feel like doing it? No. But because of the better, I want a better lifestyle as far as endurance is concerned. I'm going to work out because that's what my body requires.
Yes.
With that being said, we need to develop that muscle for money where we don't feel, who feels like learning financial literacy?
Right.
Nobody. I don't feel like learning it.
Right.
But the thing is, when I became a best-selling author and I got my first check, and I was like, oh, I'm rich.
Right.
I mean, obviously you weren't rich.
No,
but I thought I was rich.
You was rich to you. And you was rich to you. Well, you was rich based on what you did last week. No question.
And I was rich on my own. I wasn't rich with no dope dealer. I wasn't a hustler's wife. I was like, this is my money.
This is my money. Absolutely.
And you know what I did?
Spent it.
That's what I did. That was like, listen, I got in the cab and the guy was like, do you want to go to the mall Princess Diana went to? And I was like, take me there.
Yes. Now, where is
Exactly
that?
what I want to go
That was
to.
Ball Harbor.
Okay, all right.
Yeah,
good.
like,
All
take me there.
I hadn't been there yet.
Take me there.
Matter of fact,
Because
what stores did
I'm
she
Princess
hit?
Diana.
Yeah, no question.
That's my own money.
question.
I
Not
don't have
Wick.
a hustler's wife. Not Wick.
Yeah, no,
I'm
so
Princess Diana
again,
now.
so
But the
moving
thing
through to the mentality though.
With the money though,
Yeah.
once I spent that money, right?
Yeah.
I said, oh, I don't like how that felt. Because you got to understand where I came up, my only way out was being a hustler's wife.
Yeah.
That was it. Like the drug dealers was like being with an NBA player.
Yeah.
So I was like, oh, I'm gonna just be a hustler's wife. And then I found out they went to jail.
Right.
I can't go to jail.
Yeah, you can't go to jail.
I can't.
Or have your man go to jail.
I mean,
and you lose your
if you
relationship.
go, that's fine. Because
but I'm just
that
saying.
comes with the territory.
No,
You either
yeah,
gonna die or go to
but I
jail.
can't go.
I can't go. So that's when I realized that. Oh yeah, I can't go. And I can't write you no letter.
In the bed.
No.
You're like, wait a minute.
And I'm not finna spend a whole lot of time writing you no letter. So it's over.
No question. I believe
So
that.
I can't be with you.
Yeah.
So then once I started making my own money and realized how fast it slipped from me, and I was like, oh, this can't happen again. Because my mom is well off. You know, Bill Cosby said in the Cosby Show, I'm rich.
Yeah.
You're not rich.
That's right. No question.
And that's what it was.
No question.
So I had to figure out, I had to build that muscle that I didn't
You know
feel
what's
like
funny though?
building.
Think about this. You know, I was actually, my mom and I had read this article. I had to try to find it, but they were talking about like the poverty mindset, right? Yeah. And you know, we always say poverty mindset. And it was crazy because this lady had wrote the article and I had to like maybe, it was like a couple years ago, but I had to let y'all read it or whatever. But she was talking about like, okay, let me like try to break down the poverty mindset. Yeah. And she was like, you know, basically she was, I don't know if she was working like a fast food job or whatever, like she had a kid that barely, surviving, whatever. And she was just like, okay, let's look at some of the things that I do that you would look down on, right? So like, I smoke cigarettes, you know what I'm saying? She's like, there go to, you know what I'm saying? Right there, I'm spending way too much money right there. Yep. She was like, but I started when I was X, and she was like, I'll be honest, in my life, the cigarettes for me is like, that's like my like release. She was like, whatever you do, like as a rich person, like you want to go to Cabo and jump on a yacht, whatever. She like, when I get a cigarette, I feel like relaxed. Mm-hmm. She was like, okay, let's look at like, I bought my son an iPad or something. You would probably look like, little man don't need an iPad. Right. She like, yo, my kids don't ever get anything. So for me to be able to save up enough money, yeah, I should probably use it for the rent, for sure. I know the electric bill, I know that's smarter. But for a moment in time, my kid is gonna feel like the other kids. Right. And so she was saying, rich people keep telling me, oh, save, invest, and do that. And every time I do that, I end up deferring happiness that never comes.
But that's why she's wrong. That's where
I'm
this
just
is an
telling
issue.
you what
I
her
get
mindset
it. No,
was.
I
She
get
was
it
like,
though.
yo, you trying to tell me to
Because that's
save
how
up,
instant
and I done saved up
gratification.
$500, right. And I went and spent it on the rent and didn't feel
But that's
nothing.
how instant gratification kills. It's instant gratification, and that's what's
Right,
killing.
you what you say. He said it. He just said that what she said.
Right.
Y'all want to jump on CJ. He said, I ain't say that.
That's how instant gratification, though, is killing this generation, where if we don't see it right away, it's not getting done.
Right.
That's the danger of it.
But her thing is, whatever you talking about with delayed
and the fact that she put the happiness of her son in material things is also a problem because...
I'm saying, but think about it. What she's saying is, your version of delayed gratification, she don't see it coming to fruition, period.
Right.
So I'll take these mini micro wins today, cigarettes, going out to eat and probably buying something I don't have no business buying, for these temporary highs, as opposed to deferring for a high that, this ultimate high that may never come.
Hey, you know what? That's cool. If that's what you want in life,
I'm just telling you.
But when you run out of money, you can't pay your rent.
That's right.
Don't call
Call
my
E.
phone. You call the hip hop preacher. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, no,
but
for
yeah,
real.
don't, because, right.
But
I'm sacrificing.
but
I ain't
no,
sacrificing
I guess
for
what
all
I'm trying to
that.
say is, when I never heard it put like that.
Right,
And when I
right.
heard it put like that, I was like, man, okay, for the first time, because obviously, you're looking at somebody who broke. The first thing you want to do, you want to put them on a budget plan. Okay, we're not gonna spend no money.
Right.
You're gonna do this. You're gonna do this. You're gonna save up all this money. You're gonna save up $700, and then you're gonna move to this, and then in their mind they go, okay, that sounds good. And then I save up $700, and my car break down, and I got to spend $700, and I'm back to zero.
Right.
So I might as well take
Right,
these
but you
little
see what
wins
happened.
more like that. I feel you.
But I
Buy
know-
some cigarettes. More like, yeah.
But just don't. But look,
you see what I'm
just
saying,
don't
though?
ask me to support your habit.
I understand that.
That's all
And
I'm
I
saying.
understand the frustration that comes from the haves on your side. You say, I ain't gonna put myself in that.
I understand
yet.
that you agree with her.
No,
but
I didn't agree with her.
I understand that you understand her perspective
Yeah, I did.
and you
It
don't
doesn't make
agree
it
with
right.
her.
No.
Right. What
Yeah.
I'm saying is a lot of the times people that live in poverty have the assumption that people that now have money have not been in their shoes.
Correct.
Why do
Or
they
they
think
don't do
that
delayed
way? Or they don't do
gratification.
delayed
We do
gratification.
I ain't
never been in
because
them
she's
shoes.
somebody that does
You have, he
instant,
has.
because she's
Me
been
and Mark
somewhere.
came up middle class.
That's
we
hilarious.
was in Disneyland this
See,
week.
well, I came up middle class,
blue collar.
believe it or not.
Yeah.
I came up in a $500,000
I did
house
too.
in
Oh, yeah, go to
Pittsburgh, New
Disney
York.
World.
That's
Oh,
one
yeah,
of
That's
New York
not middle
State.
class. That was rich.
Okay.
Okay.
But I wasn't
$500,000
rich.
house?
When I had my daughter as a teen mom,
Yeah.
I got cut off. So I wasn't rich. I grew up poor. Well, I'm saying I grew up nice, but I grew up
middle
poor.
class too, but we never did nothing like that though. Disney World.
But you
and stuff.
chose a life of poverty. You know what I'm saying? He chose the...
Homeless is
I'm
about
just saying. We went to Gary in Chicago. Home
Yeah.
Run In was our Disney World.
That's,
you know what I'm saying?
but you know
That
what?
was
Home
Disney
Run In
World.
is better than Disney World.
Is it really?
Oh,
Okay.
man. The last time we went to Disney World,
Okay,
we had a
I'm
big
just saying,
experience.
I don't want to get into that fight because he gonna start with the chocolate cake again thing.
Right.
But I'm saying we didn't do those kind of things. But I guess my parents
Yeah, yeah.
worked.
Let me tell you
We
what.
weren't
Let me tell you what
working
happened to
class.
her. Let me tell you what happened to her really quick. What happened was number one, she assumed that people that are in our positions now have never been what she did because she doesn't live off of delayed gratification. She
Right.
needs instant gratification, and she
Right.
also put happiness in material wealth. That's problem number one.
Right.
But problem number two is, like you said, as soon as she saves up the money, something happened to her car. That was what that is called is a self-fulfilling prophecy, because she saved her money out of fear that she was never going to have it again. What happened was something came up in her car that messed up, because in her mind it was always, I need to save this in case something happens, because something always bad happens to me. And when it happened to her, it became a self-fulfilling prophecy. And now it's this demonic cycle, if you will, of bad things happening. As soon as I save up, bad thing happen. As soon as I save up, bad thing happen. And it goes back to what we talked about. The first thing was in your mind saying, I don't belong here and bad things don't happen to me.
Right.
Yeah.
That's what that was.
Right.
So I understand that you understand her perspective and don't agree with it. But what I'm saying, along with Jamal and him, is she's wrong.
Right.
And you can't make right out
I
of
didn't say
wrong.
she was wrong, but I'm saying.
Well, she wrong.
Yeah, no,
she's
she could be
wrong.
But
Because also she's taking cigarettes to do that. We're not going to listen to the Surgeon General.
No, I'm just saying. No, and I'm saying to your point, and I want to make sure this is clear.
Yeah.
Maul and you, she can speak to it, but I know for sure I still live delayed gratification. So people might be looking like you got money, but I've the last 5 years easily, I've only lived on 30%
So
of my
have I.
income.
Absolutely.
That's all I lived on.
Yeah, but y'all still balling. I'm not letting y'all
But
get
no,
that.
the reason
Yeah, but I'm saying.
Y'all
Not like-
living.
not-
Y'all
not
living
like-
now.
No.
I ain't saying you bought
No.
a yacht yet.
No,
but
I'm
you
not
living.
trying to be funny,
But
Maul.
you see
living.
them now. You
No,
don't see all
Maul.
right.
I live next door
Okay,
to a. No, listen to me. I'm not trying to be funny. I
You
live,
ain't been to that house in 8 months.
I live next door. I've been in hotels. I live next door to a educator and a firefighter. The people across from me, Mark, they like work jobs. I live in a 2,300 square foot home, Maul.
Right.
Bro, I'm the number one. There's no other dude on the chart that's number one, number two, number three, number four, number five, number six. It's none of them that live in
Are you
Michigan.
saying relatively you do live under your means, but you still live a pretty fantastic life?
I live a working class person's life.
But he was just saying delayed gratification.
You do not live a working class.
I live a
person.
working class person, and
I would
here's the
agree-
deal.
I would agree with
No,
that.
here's
I
the
agree
deal,
with
Maul.
that.
And this is what C's
I
not
thought you see
saying.
that.
This is what C's not saying. When I'm staying at a hotel, they paying for it.
Right.
That ain't my money. I'm not
understand.
spending my money on no hotel.
Just like
I'm not
corporate.
spending my money to
Just like
fly.
corporate.
Just like corporate. If
I'm
they
just
went
saying.
somewhere,
I'm not spending my money.
I didn't say you were spending. That make you even more balling. You
I'm
ain't
just
even
saying.
spending your own bread.
So to his point, I'm trying to teach him. You can do what I'm doing. You can't do what Rockefeller doing. I use this. I use this, bruh. Rockefeller, you can't do what he did. You can't do what the Kennedys did. If you a normal dude, you can do what you did, Ma. You worked as a police officer.
Right.
So what I'm trying to say is, they saying they want to be like us, but you're not doing what we're doing. You looking at, oh, you going on trips, but you didn't see this. You didn't see all the steps. So what I'm trying to show you is you're not living like me. I'm delaying gratification. I stayed in that house. There were certain things Didi and I didn't do. When I was making money, I was blessing Carl. Carl had my car. Like I was doing certain things for the team that not that it was a bad thing, that I didn't have to do. That when I grew up with the dope boys, they weren't doing that. They weren't blessing the people that was blessing them. You feel me? So when I still made money, what did I do with it first? I blessed people with it. I blessed my church. My church didn't have to pay me no salary. So I could have easily been on, y'all gonna have to pay me. So what I'm saying is I didn't get here because I was already here. You feel me? That's what they need to understand. I didn't get here because I was here. When we started, he wasn't getting paid, I wasn't getting paid, but our mentality is what got us here. You feel me? And so,
Correct.
So I just want people who are listening to understand, I don't care if you're making money or you don't make money. It's not about making money or not making money. It's how you spend money.
That's right.
It's how you look at money. There are dudes who in my situation, Ma, who never saw 800 credit score. They not thinking about their credit score. They got a mentality of, I own student loans, I'll own them to the day I die. That's a poverty mindset. I'm never paying nobody back. Look, I asked them today when I went to Nikki's event. I said to them all, how much you want to pay as a speaker? They said $5,000. I said, have you ever spent $5,000? That's a poverty mindset. That's somebody called me the other day, was like, man, somebody came in and blessed me with $100. I said, the question is not if you've been blessed with it. Have you ever blessed somebody with it? You got a poverty mindset. You like the fact that you get money from somebody, but you're not thinking about giving no. That's a poverty mindset. A poverty mindset is what can I get? A wealthy mindset is what can I give? That's the difference between the two. So I just want people to understand you are where you are because, to your point, your mindset. So long before I had money, Ma, somebody put me on game, save $100,000. And so guess what me and Didi was doing? After every grocery store exchange, we was taking our dollars, coins, and putting them jokers into, and we still got money in one of the Coca-Cola boys. Nah, we ain't had no money. We was putting it right there, and guess what we did with it? We put it to savings, we got 100,000. We got an 800 credit score, and then guess what I was able to do? Once I got that 800 credit score, when I got to a point, Ma, where I could start telling people no, that was the biggest thing in my career we'll never talk about. When I couldn't tell people no, they were screwing me. They would pay me what they want. I had to fly 3 planes to get to where I was.
That's a fact.
The day mall, I had $100,000 in the bank account, and I could tell you no, and my credit score was good. The day I could tell you no was the day they couldn't play with me no more. But when I was broke, I was desperate. I had to do whatever they told me to do when they told me to do it.
That's it.
Once I got money, C was like, Ian, I say it on the camera, I don't got no shame. I'm out the game in terms of motivational speaking. I told Tiffany, the only way I'll do it next year, you got to give a school $100,000 on my behalf. Why? Because I don't got corporate. It don't scale. I can scale in other things. So I'm walking away from it because I can. Tiffany said, E, you already declined $500,000. I'm like, Tiff, I don't care I don't care. She was like, look, I just got you 7 figures. Before the year started, I had $500,000 that if you would have said yes to, I could have got you 10 more gigs. I said, listen to me, Tiff, this is what you don't understand. If I'm focused on one thing, it's a poverty mindset, is to take everything that they can give you. That's a poverty mindset. Those are crumbs. That's low-hanging fruit. I don't need that money. If I get focused and do schools and only do 27 gigs and put myself in a position where I can get my time and spend time with Didi, because Didi said it. She's like, yo, I ain't trying to be funny. You the #1 motivational speaker in the world. You think it's ever going to stop? So how long you going to tell me we going to get our time? How long you gonna tell me that? So you think next year you gonna get less gigs, and the year after that you're gonna get less? Like, yo, when are we going to shut the world off and just spend 30 days together? Wow. Like, yo, when we go? So I had to say no to $100,000. Why? I'm sorry, to $500,000. Why? Because that's low-hanging fruit, Ma. A poverty mindset would be like, let me go get that $500,000. Bro, I can't do nothing with the $500,000. But give it out at this point. So I'm going for the bigger fish, which is I'm going to play this school thing right and do what? Be a blessing to the school district, not go in and take from them.
Yeah.
I'm gonna spend a year showing them how much of a blessing I can be. And guess what? One of the individuals, I can't say names, that's responsible, she was like, yo, what is it that you want to do exactly? I said, help you keep your job. I'm gonna help you keep your job. These kids that's dropping out and these principals that can't, I'm gonna give you a system that's gonna turn this whole school district around. And I'm gonna train you to do what I do where you don't even need me no more. You feel me? So I'm not even going in with a taker mindset on how much money can you pay me. I'm not going in like that. I'm going with, whoever your boss is, you're gonna have your boss job in 2 years from now. I guarantee you, I'm gonna give you something with this disc that your boss don't know, and it's gonna help you revolutionize the entire school district, if that makes sense. Yeah. So to her point, I just want people who are listening to know, we don't have something that you can't have. What we started with that you refuse to do, you want to start with money. It starts with a mindset. The money comes after the mindset. The money doesn't come before the mindset.
Yeah. Facts.
I'm still tripping off the fact that E said he live in the poverty lifestyle.
I never said a poverty lifestyle.
Middle class.
I never said a poverty lifestyle. I said middle class. I said working class.
Working class.
Working class.
Yeah.
Bruh. Now you work like the working class.
And I live like the working class. I don't know if you've seen my shower lately or my kitchen.
You don't live here, bruh. You don't live.
Well, then if you look at my hold on. If you look at my room versus
man.
I can't say names, but other people how they living, I promise you.
Oh yeah,
when
like
they
I
move,
said, relative.
They're not standing out.
Okay, relative to what you can afford for sure.
That's what I said.
And that's the delayed gratification
that's what I
part.
said. Delayed
Because he
gratification.
could have been.
I could have been
bought
done it.
whatever years ago, but he didn't.
But that's just not E at all, though. Period.
Because that's
But
my
that's
mindset.
his mindset.
It's my
So
mindset.
let's take E out of it. No.
Okay.
I live very middle class, don't I?
I done seen purses that probably more than.
Well, probably somebody.
Oh.
Now he about to blow your whole load. He about to blow your whole load.
Somebody got to keep. Somebody got to keep these folks honest. All this brokenness. I'm seeing first class flights. I'm seeing yachts.
But
I'm seeing trips to Jamaica. I'm seeing E hanging out with all the celebs.
Here's the thing.
Backstage at Hamilton.
No.
That's
So here's the thing.
Go backstage at Hamilton.
I live a very middle class life, right? I grew up with a mother that lived very frugally, so I adopted that from her. And so I live a very regular lifestyle. I have like very regular cars.
Look, Maul, like, don't come to me. Maul, like, don't come.
But listen, listen. Here's why. But here's
Maul, like,
why.
don't come over here.
But here's why I do it. But here's why I do it. Let me finish. But here's why.
I've been on that left side.
Here's why I do it. I do it because I had that situation where I lost the money. Mm-hmm. So I said, if I'm the only breadwinner here, if I'm the only one, and I've been in a financially abusive relationship with a man, you know what that means?
He
I
took
couldn't
your money.
afford. No.
Oh.
You know, he was like, you ain't got to work. And I was like, sounds good to me. Until it wasn't good to me. No, I was never taking nobody's money. No.
That's what I thought you were doing.
All the women over there, they like, that's a good relationship.
Sign me up.
No. Financially abusive is when you're with a man that, you know, that has the resources and says you don't have to work anymore. And then you find out the hard way why he said you didn't have to work anymore. Okay. And then you get to a place where you're so depressed that you can't make any money and you can't work. And the only option is to go live in a homeless shelter, but you're not doing that. Right. So now you got to stay. So I couldn't afford to leave.
Aspect
that's right. I had it through. Yeah,
this
so
is
that's
just a
why.
humble blue collar podcast that y'all tuned into.
So when I got the opportunity to start making money, yeah. So you got. That's why. See, as a woman, you got to talk up. You got to keep the conversation going. So that's why when I started making money.
Denny's as soon as
Hey, if they got a Waffle House, we definitely on our way to Waffle House.
Hey, we're gonna get 2 grand slams.
So listen, when I started making money, by the grace of God, I was able to make a lot of money in a short amount of time.
Amen.
With that being said, there was nothing I wanted. I had already lived a life. I worked in a nightclub as a manager for 10 years. Only taking off 1 week in a year, and that was for Christmas. So I knew what a fast lifestyle looked like. I wasn't in competition. You talking about women that be like, yo, you want to talk to me, drive a Maserati? And I'm like, am I going to get one?
Right.
Like, I was always never impressed.
Right.
So with that being said, when I started making my own money, there was nothing I wanted to live up to. I didn't want a Maserati. I didn't want a Lamborghini. I wanted a regular car because I noticed people with regular cars, police didn't stop you. You see what I'm saying? I didn't want a big house because I grew up in a big house and people aren't necessarily happy in big houses. So I wanted a nice house that I could afford, and not just afford, I wanted to be able to put all my money up where I didn't have to spend it. And so now I'm in a position where I have a lot of, I'm doing well.
Yes,
but I live I'm doing extremely well. But I live a very regular middle class lifestyle because I was never trying to.
Yes.
Yeah, I just.
He like coming to America.
But I understand what he said when you're saving everything because it's not what you need it for. Not when you're making that. It's not no.
It's a real piece of.
So Maul, talk to me real quick, Maul. Give me.
Tell us about your middle class lifestyle.
I got
Talk
to do
to us
that.
about.
Give me those. If you're one of those individuals, Maul, that need to get to the next level.
I'm sorry, Camille. You're guilty by association.
Yeah, I'm just saying,
Camille,
how do you get in there? How do you you was already doing it? Now we all together try to take it to another level. Like, how do you, if you're on the outside, how do you get in from the poverty
I ain't gonna lie to y'all.
Well,
I'm balling. You know what I'm saying? And I'm enjoying it. You know what I'm saying?
Well, it's the first time he said it. Because normally he says one bedroom
somebody
house
got to keep
with
it
a
real.
swimming pool.
All right. So
normally he says one bedroom house with a swimming pool.
All right. So look, I'm gonna bring it home because, I live 18,000 square feet right now.
No question. Right now.
But
right now.
Come on.
Not the first year or two when you.
Indoor
No. But that's
Nightclub.
now.
That's now.
What about the 20 years
That's right.
I worked as a police officer?
That's
Still,
right.
I could have left the police department my first year on the job.
Come on, Maul. Amen.
I could have left the first year.
Right.
I put 20 years in.
Yes.
Did the discussion just change? I would never.
But I'm just saying, delayed gratification.
That's what we're trying to say.
That's
How
what
do
I'm
they
trying to
get
say.
there?
So
We're trying to
this
tell
is
them how to
what
get
I'm
there.
talking about. Delayed gratification is something that continuously changes.
Let me tell you how I know
Because
Maul was balling on another level. I'm not listening to y'all. Maul calls me. So Maul's birthday coming up.
Yeah.
So you know we're going
That's
to.
now.
Hey,
And
so
it's
shout out.
Right,
We got 1% Hawaii.
Yes.
Maul and Camille called me and Candace trying to convince us to leave Hawaii and go to Fiji.
No question.
Don't that make
Why
sense?
is that
Right up the
close?
street.
Is that close?
You ain't gonna get no closer
We're
than
never
that.
going to fly from
No.
Chicago to
Over to
Fiji.
Fiji.
We're that
So
close.
we already
Why
right
not?
there.
Caller.
That's what I'm
Yeah.
saying.
And it's gonna cost the same as Fiji gonna cost the same as
Every
Hawaii
single
gonna
person
cost.
listening to this, all 50,000 people is agreeing with me right now.
No.
Like, they are tripping. They are
no.
bugging. You gonna leave Hawaii? You already in the most beautiful
Hawaii's
beach.
not Fiji.
The
Bro,
second
first off,
most beautiful.
We've been to Hawaii several times.
Right.
Are you adding or
Police
subtracting?
Academy.
the
No.
Police Academy.
Because my wife,
every quarter.
no, because my wife's sister
There you go.
and brother was stationed
There.
in Hawaii
That's right.
in the military
That's
with
right.
their blue collar job.
That's right. And we went to celebrate them.
And we went to go
with their
visit. We
blue-collar
didn't even stay at
job.
hotels. We stayed at the house.
Leave C alone. Give me two things, Maul. You on the outside looking in,
Tell you how
and you want to get in.
Maul be balling.
No. The first thing, you gotta want it, man.
Yeah.
It starts with want.
Yeah.
I think before the mentality part
Okay, I
come
like
about,
that. I like that.
you
I
gotta
can
have
agree
the
with that.
want.
I got that.
If you
I
ain't
think
got-
everybody got that. I ain't gonna
Everybody
lie.
don't have
not
the
as
want.
bad as you wanna
Everybody-
breathe.
Everybody
Not
don't
as bad
want
as
it,
you wanna
bro.
breathe.
Everybody don't want
Not
it.
like that. Like,
Everybody
I
doesn't
want it,
want
but
it.
not-
Trust me. Everybody doesn't.
Yeah.
They
I
say
disagree with that.
Bro,
No.
they can,
No, I
just because
disagree.
you
I've met
say
some
you
people
want
that
it,
don't
want it.
don't
They
mean
say
that
they
you
don't
want
want it, but they hedging they bet.
But just because you say you want it, don't
They
mean you want
hedging.
it.
They
No,
hedging.
and
That's
they
just
do.
work.
And I
People who
think
say
they
they
do
don't
want
want
it.
it don't say that so they don't have to put in the work or don't have to be disappointed by not having it.
Everybody don't want it.
So
Or they
you
don't
your
know what really
expectations.
want it
It's
is.
what we talked about
Yeah.
with Lil J. When you was getting ready to have a kid, people say they getting ready to have a kid. You don't want to say you want a boy. You capping. You rather
Then you
just
don't
be
really
like,
want it.
oh, I just want to
Then
have
you
a
don't
kid.
really want
Right, that's what I'm saying.
Then you don't really
Then you
want
really
it.
don't really want
Because
it
if you
then.
really want something, you
No,
ain't
not
gonna cap.
necessarily.
You're
Yeah.
not gonna cap if you
No,
really
people are
want it.
scared.
Bro, but they still
you
don't
want it,
want
you're
it, bro.
scared.
So they let that fear overtake their want.
That's right.
You really don't
It's
want
not,
it.
You don't really want it.
You're not gonna
They think they
warm me
want
up to
it. They
one
kinda
person
want it.
right now to just like you want to be a millionaire. Like, nah, I'm good, or just financially free. You ain't gotta be a
Yeah,
millionaire.
But
not
I've
as bad
met
as they
people
wanna
that have
breathe.
said that.
and I'm
Yeah,
telling
but not,
you,
they don't
it's
want
cap.
to. Okay, let me say it like this. When
Maybe
hey,
like monks and
No,
like
no.
nuns and priests.
when your daughter had the quarter in her throat, that was a different level of urgency for
Oh,
you.
no
see.
question.
I'm saying that
Yeah.
people say they
Oh, I'm not
want it,
saying
but not
I
that
agree.
urgency.
Oh, I agree.
Not with that
I agree.
urgency.
Oh, I agree.
Yeah.
No, it's different levels of want.
Absolutely.
It's
So yeah,
different
we
levels.
agree with you that everybody don't nobody want to not be where they want to be. But most people don't want it like that, that.
And that's
Where they
all.
willing
And that's
to
all
do
I'm
something
saying
about it.
That's all I'm saying.
Right.
And then number two, you gotta stop lying to yourself.
Yeah.
You know, you could lie to this person
Right.
here, you could lie to me,
Right.
but when you start lying to yourself,
Right.
you know you shouldn't be buying a pack of cigarettes.
Right.
You know you one paycheck away from being broke.
Right.
You know that you don't have nothing saved up for the future.
Right.
You know that if anything happens to your income stream, you're done.
Yep.
Stop lying to yourself, though, and making yourself believe that everything is good and everything is gravy.
Yep.
So I see that all the time. When people be lying to themselves, bro, you can hear a person just lying to themselves.
Yeah.
And you just look at them and just like, okay, cool. You don't want
that's
it.
what I say.
And you're lying to yourself.
No. I'm on the phone and I'm like, yo, y'all, like, you're not being honest right now.
Right.
Like, yo, just be real. Like, you don't have to feel bad about. I was not this version of Eric Thomas at 25. At 30, I'm not gonna sit here and act like I was this Eric Thomas. And not my marriage, not as a student, not financially, not in my gift.
Yeah.
I wasn't this version. But I didn't get to this Eric Thomas 5.0 acting like the 2.0 was straight as he was. I knew that, bro. Diddy gonna be working for the rest of her life with the version of you that you are right now. Like, she gonna be working forever. She can't quit. You ain't serious. Like, you talented, but your work ethic don't match your talent. And I had to go for it. See, get serious. Give me 2 things you gotta do to get from over on this side of the fence to the other side.
And I was
of the
just
fence.
I'm just trying to find, and I will find this article, and I'll say it before the end of the podcast. I think I got the lady's name right here. Okay. But I will get that to y'all, because I think everybody should read it, because I think it's a fantastic read, and it'll help you think. But 2 things. Yeah. So again, I agree with you guys that mindset is important, and I also think betting on yourself. I think a lot of people, man, like, they start putting their fate in too many other people's hands. Like, we bet on ourselves and whatever our gift was. Y'all know that's my biggest thing. I do believe that every single person has a gift. Yeah. I do believe that every single person that God created has the ability to be special and has the ability to make lots of money and do great things. I believe that. Now, will everybody do it? Obviously not. Right. But most people won't tap into their gift, or they're scared to fully tap into their gift. So we just fully tapped into our gift. We didn't even know what this was going to look like. We talked about that the other day. We weren't sitting in the office like, all right, cool. By 2020, we're going to have a private jet. We just worked with our skill set and gave 120% every day towards the dream and the vision. And so I think, for real, the mindset, the vision of where you're going, like, that is so important. Like, E had a vision for us, right? Like, I'm not gonna sit here and say I had a huge vision. I was running with E and he had the vision, but I at least had enough wherewithal to execute on what he was saying. So I think it's the mindset, yes, but it's also willing to bet on yourself and not worry about, oh, this person. That's what I had to tell Toby, right? I used to tell Toby all the time. He'd be like, oh, I was gonna shoot the video, but my cameraman, my this, my that. And I was like, dog, you are going to be in poverty for the rest of your life, because every single dime you make depends on somebody else. So you will always be in poverty. And let me tell you something, people are not looking to put you on. Like, if I gotta call E and be like, yo, E, can I get a job? Can I do this? Can I do that? Yo, you're not gonna get to that next level like that. Now, if you wanna serve him and the opportunity comes about and you have a skill set that can be utilized within the crew, then cool. But I was thinking about that the other day. I'm like, yo, look at all the people who are around now. You know what I'm saying? Like, Maul is around because he was out killing it on his own. The police force, of course, you were there, but again, we said it before. You used your 9 to 5. You didn't let your 9 to 5 use you. That's a big difference. Yeah. Bro, Maul used to talk like, I'm good. Like, they'll like suspend Maul and be like, you got 2 months off. Maul like, can y'all make it 4? Right. Actually, I'm going to Fiji. You know what I'm saying? Right. I'm going to Fiji.
I need 3 weeks.
So I do think it's that mentality, and I want to be concise and clear that, again, your gift. CJ, how do I find my gift? What comes easy to you that's hard for most? That's usually where you find your gift. Yeah. I think everybody has something in that space where they can find that. I'll say it again. What comes easy to you that's hard for most? If you tap into whatever that is, again, I've been speaking. I didn't even know I was speaking. I've been speaking since I was in elementary school. I said it all the time. I'm going to say it at the conference tomorrow. I didn't ask God to give me the gift to communicate. Yeah. I just always had it. I would stand up in 3rd grade and be like, all right, listen, class, Miss Fobb said we got it. Like, it was just in me. I see it in my son already. He watching E videos. He like, cool. Put Goddad on FaceTime. Let me make a video. I may make a video for Huddy. Like, it's already in him. Now, what if my son didn't have a father like me or a mother like his mother to then hone that gift and tell him that, in fact, is a gift, son, and you can use that to propel your life forward? He could be working a blue collar job on the assembly line. Again, no shade. My whole family worked at the plant. I still got family to work at the plant. He could be working in there with this beautiful gift to inspire, to motivate, to make millions of dollars and do whatever, but he's scared to bet on himself. And I'm telling you, there's so many people who are scared to bet on themselves, and what happens if I throw my whole all into it and I get rejected, and people don't like rejection. People don't like the feeling it feels to fail. And so people tiptoe around failure. We said, no matter how many times all y'all millionaires say, oh, failure is what really got me here. Man, when you taking them lumps like that, and it's go back to the mentality, when you taking lump after lump after lump, it hurts so bad that our natural, as a human, your natural avoidance is to pain. I'm just saying, fire hot, don't go near the fire. Oh, okay, I stepped out on faith one time and I lost all my money because I started a business and it went belly up. Okay, I know what that feel like. Never do that again. It's no different than maybe a young lady who's been through an abusive relationship. And then now Prince Charming standing at her doorstep.
She's scared.
She like, yo, I'm straight on that. I know what happened. The last dude seemed like Prince Charming at first.
And then he lay hands.
And so they're scared to take that next step. And I'm telling you, I'm talking about punched in the mouth time after time after time. But we bet on ourselves and our mentality was right and we got there.
Yeah. I'm gonna say this because I want to encourage you, because like maybe you looking at us and like, I can't do it. I'm gonna give you the two things that I think is reason why all of us are sitting
you can,
here.
because every single person at this table, nobody got not one dime loan. Not one person got a hookup. Not one person was like, yo, here go $500. Nobody ever gave us 50 cents. I promise you, not 2 nickels to rub together. Nobody gave us anything, and nobody gave y'all anything. And I think, again, that's why we could speak on this topic without coming across, hopefully, as like arrogant or whatever. Because, yo, these are like, I told you, middle class as it come. My whole family worked at the plant. Entire family worked at the plant as middle class as it come. And again, you're supposed to do more. My parents always said, just make sure you give your kids more than I gave you. That's what we're working on. Your whole family, police officers, blue collar, middle class as it come. Middle class until he decided poverty was a better route, okay? Tiff, again, she self-made. Every single person talking right now. That's why I love the 1%. This is the 1% lineup, by the way. You know what I'm saying? What I love about 1% is you're getting authentic information from people who have literally done it step by step. Bro, I got a 17 on my ACT. I was a dumb jock, and to be specific, academically speaking, I had to take the ACT 4 times to get a 17. You're not talking about no type of scholarly nothing. Bro, I look at my taxes and faint. I can't even, the numbers start like a beautiful mind. I just start going crazy. I got one gift. And I'm all in that sucker.
That's it.
This the gift right here. And that, you get me outside of this arena, I'm talking about Steve Urkel.
But I'm saying that.
But right here,
I want y'all to stay on that. I want those of you who are watching, I'm telling you, you could be a millionaire. And that right there, 2 things, but that one, you got to go all in. I can't tell you how many people I know who work and tell me they off work. I would never be off work. I'd never be off work. I know too many people who go, it only took 4 hours to do that, and then they like, I'm through. I get up at 3 o'clock in the morning. I go I'm number one in the world. That's the one thing I do not do. I do not take off. When Didi tell me enough is enough, okay, cool. But if Didi don't say stop, Didi was like, yup, you podcast, you good. I'm about to get in the shower. Me and Tracy just went to go eat. I'm about to get in the shower. Not gonna text me before you come up. Oh, you just freed me? Bruh, I will never be off. Why? Because if I'm off, I'm off. When I take off, the flow stops. You turn the faucet off, the water ain't running no more. I know too many people who like, it took me 3 hours, I'm through. I'm off. You off? You off? I can't be off, bro. It's still, okay, I'm making money. Okay, we have a lifestyle. But if I'm off, some dude gonna catch me. And if he catch me when I'm off, that's gonna tear all this up. Like, there are things that happen for us because I'm in my role. You feel me? Number 2, like, yo, whatever you do, bro, I love CJ. I love Jamal. Like, I respect them to 100%. But when C, like, I'm gonna make you a billionaire. Maul like E, we gonna take care, bruh. I'm not about to sit here and let Maul take care of me. It don't work like that. I'm like, oh, you putting it, you gonna How much you say you're gonna make for us? Oh, I'm about to go make that on my side. And if I don't make it on my side, I'm gonna die trying. Flat out. I'm like, y'all doing what? Oh, bet. Let me put these books together. Let me get in the school system. Let me run the numbers up in the school system. I'm not gonna go. And C said it, E, we're about to take care of you financially so you can go in the world and kill the game. I'm like, C, the only reason you saw me chill for 2 years is because Didi got MS. And when she first got it, she ain't had no energy, no nothing. I had to be at the crib. Now that Didi back, that dog, let's
Mind
go.
you, E's version of chilling was still more than 99.9%.
No question that, but I'm just saying for me.
In the world.
So that's number 2.
Yeah.
You can't go, Ma, E, I got you. I'm, humble, grateful. My kids gonna eat off of the stuff you're doing. C, you're mine and what you did. My kids gonna eat off of it. Mm-hmm. But I swear to you, y'all kids gonna know who I am too. Y'all kids gonna know who Eric Thomas was. And that, whatever they want to call me, Uncle E, whatever. We knew him and you feel me? So do I do real estate? Absolutely not. But will I make sure thousands of people come to these conferences? Will I make sure you ain't talking to 100 people? Will I make sure that I keep my name right? So when you sit next to me and go, this is a product, and I go, yo, Ma, legit, I promise you, I will do my part. I won't go. And that's what's wrong with some of y'all. You want some, Ma doing it? He is. But I'm not going to put all the stress on Ma because that's the doggone, that's our cash cow. This is my cash cow. Why would I wear down my cash cow? I'm going to put my cash cow in a situation where I think, and don't quote me, I might mess up, but I believe the 72 and 10 year was when Dennis Rodman was there.
Mm-hmm. I think so, yeah.
Okay, yep. So for those of you who don't know, Michael Jordan won some championship, but he was 72 and 10 when Rodman was there. Why? Rodman didn't score a point,
right.
But Rodman got 20 rebounds. If you don't know basketball, what does 20 rebounds mean? It means another chance for doggone Michael Jordan, as if the first chance wasn't enough. Right. So now he getting the rebound. He not trying to score.
Not even looking at the back.
My man getting the rebound and looking for MJ. And like, boom, take this. Boom. So 72 and 10 because I know some of y'all Golden State Warriors gonna go, we were 72 and 10. But with the championship, there's a different. With the championship, that's a different thing right there.
Nah.
All right, so I just want to say, for real, you can't put yourself in a position when somebody's blessing you that you relax and let them bless you. Because now you're gonna put more miles on them. I want you to hear what I'm saying. You're gonna put more miles on them. And a car is only as good as how many miles they got on it. So I'm not about to overkill. I'm going to do my part to make sure I keep them where they're supposed to be. And again, I want to say this because some of you might be like, what does that mean? Pray about your competitiveness. I don't compete against Jamal. I'm not trying to be Jamal. I'm not competing against C. I am the best version of Eric. I looked at the disc. I hit the word. It says inspire. One of my is inspiring. I said 2019, I'll be the most inspiring human on the planet Earth. And 2020, I looked at my chart again and said, one of my gifts, he said, your gifts. I looked at my gift on my chart and it said persuasive. I said, I'm gonna go into schools and persuade millions of kids to get their butt back in school, take school serious. I'm gonna persuade these teachers to teach these kids the way they're supposed. I'm gonna use persuasion in 2020 to change the world. Stop clocking out. You can clock out your job, but you can't clock out you. You can't clock out your vision. You can't clock out your money. You can't clock out on that. Now you can clock out on your boss, but you can't clock out on yourself. Be your own boss. Are you hearing what I'm saying? And you know what happens when you're your own boss? You start attracting bosses without even, and here's the deal. When you by yourself, you have to work harder. When you in a room full of bosses, I'm making more money hand over foot I ever made in my life because I'm with bosses and the bosses take care of your kid. I told somebody that worked with me in extreme execution, I said, listen to me. Why are you just taking the money that I'm paying you? Why you ain't, you know this stuff like the back of your hand. Why you ain't consulting? Mm-hmm. Why are you sitting here killing the game? You killing the game. You got us on a place I ain't never been at before in terms of, you will see, superstructure. Why would you set me up for success and take a check from me, but not take the same information that you're getting and go use it to make money? I want you to make money. That the more money you make, the less stress on me. I don't not want you to make money. I put you in a position. Go make money. Stop being cautious.
Yeah.
Stop waiting for the moment. You got people, you got my son. My man ain't playing. And here's the crazy part. You see what my man making, and you got to pay him. He ain't even on your level. And you got to send him that kind of check? That don't bother you? Okay, that's the last one. You should be pissed. Something should piss you off. I'm just being real.
Yeah,
something should piss you off.
Okay,
something should happen to you that piss you off. I'm thinking to myself, you see the check my man just got? You're the one giving him the check. How you gonna let this 24-year-old get that kind of doggone check and you don't see it as something wrong? I'm like,
great job, Jalen.
You way sweeter than he is. I'm talking about way sweeter than he is. So I'm telling y'all, get aggravated about something. Get pissed about something.
That's the last one. Get
For
pissed.
real, get pissed. Like,
get
get pissed. Go. You doing
Sorry
this,
to
you
all
doing
of our
it.
listeners in Australia because pissed we learned.
Oh,
when
it's
we
a
were
cuss
over there.
word. Oh, it's a cuss word.
It's like worse than like.
They was shocked. Eat
Sugar, honey, iced
When I
tea.
said you got to get bit, they was he cussing.
We never heard he swear. He was like, I didn't swear. They were like, no, yes, you did.
I said shoot.
No, they was like, over here, that's worse than like sugar, honey, iced tea.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, they was like, whoa.
Sorry, Glenn. Sorry, Naomi. Y'all know my heart, but that's the last one. Get pissed about something and then do something about your pissiosity, all right?
Oh,
do something about it.
Oh,
Yeah, I
we
like
got a new
that.
word.
That's a new word.
That's where the doctor degree comes in.
Pissosity. Yeah.
Shout out to Organifi, man, our sponsor of this podcast.
Shout out to Tiff.
Shout out to, of course, shout out to Tiff, man. Tiff, hey, it's like a roller coaster, and you got to just get on, you just
and
hold
then get
on.
in the middle, listen to me.
Man, when she did the thing about you got to get with a dude, hustler, white, I'm like, oh, that's some new stuff. We never discussed that on the podcast before.
No, we didn't. So, So anyway, it's time for us to go. He has
do me a
things to
favor,
do.
throw a shout out to the DC Invest.
Yeah, DC Invest.
Oh, DC Invest, absolutely, man. Shout out to DC Invest. Go ahead, Marcus, Reggie.
Oh, yeah. The whole squad, DC Invest. They are sponsoring the 1% conference. They sponsoring the Make Real Estate Real conference coming to DC. So, man, you guys check out DC Invest.
I would say come to Miami, but by the time y'all hear this, we'll be... Man, listen, man, we love y'all. I need a little bit of respect on this podcast. All your other favorite podcasts was taking off for Christmas, New Year's. They took off a bunch of weeks. We have been here every single week.
Facts.
And so I don't like to toot our own horn, but
I do like to toot our own horn.
But no, man, shout out to y'all for listening, man. Shout out to everybody. We about to go get something to eat because I'm like starved. Maul got his poor wife over here, famished. She ain't ate
Hey, y'all,
since
Camille
Chicago.
over there to the side.
And,
she ain't want to be on the camera, but I don't know if that camera
In
can
the
wrap
words
around,
of the great philosopher, CJ, we'll see you next week.
Let's go.
I want you to focus on here right now. Don't you worry about when you get home. You concentrate on this opportunity. You don't worry about tomorrow. You concentrate on this opportunity with all your might, with all your soul.